Now, not to fill you with fear and trauma, as often comes with this conversation, on the flip side of that coin, we want to give you some practical tools. I'm talking specifically to our matrics and our matriculant parents as well. The results are set to be released tomorrow. Emotions are understandably running high for both the learners and for us parents out there, from stress and anxiety to, I think, hope and excitement, because we know what's coming. This period is often a roller coaster. And joining us today is Di Charton, Senior Lecturer in Marketing and Advertising Communication at the brilliant Red and Yellow Creative School of Business, to help us better understand how to navigate this critical moment and what it all actually means in the real world, because you do very much represent a gateway between this academic arc and stepping bravely into the world where your ideas become a reality, and you are an ideas factory. So thank you so much for representing that. I suppose we've got to manage our expectations. What does that look like? As someone who obviously has a front row seat to watching this drama play out so often, how do we keep our emotions in check around this time? How do we manage this?
So I think first and foremost, the most important thing is to recognize that so much pressure gets put on this moment, because I think a lot of parents and then matriculants feel that this moment defines them for the rest of their lives.
It's the gateway. It's that one doorway that we've got to get right.
It's the one doorway, but it is not the one doorway. And I think it's one of a series of moments that you are going to go through in your life. And it's easy for us to be able to look back and be able to look at that. But that it is such an important time to go, this is one of those moments. You are on a journey. You finished one stage of your learning journey where everything was defined for you, pretty much.
Whether you liked it or not.
Exactly. You could go, I might choose this subject or that, but at the end of the day, it was predefined for you. And you're now about to start on a journey where actually you have so much more agency and so much more choice. So it's recognizing that and actually celebrating that. You've finished the first stage of that journey and you're about to embark on the next. And if we can phrase things that this isn't the only moment, it takes the pressure off.
Completely.
And it changes our perspective. And I think that's one of the important things we want to get across to matriculants and parents, to go, change your perspective. This is one of a series of moments that you're going to have.
I love that. And parents, I think this is self-talk as much as anything else, because often it's our hopes and dreams, I think, that get channeled through our little ones. Can I reframe this in the sense to call it, we're now entering the trial and error period? 100%. Because when you really want to be successful, whether that's in a professional arc, whether that's in discovering yourself, whether that's in applying it in an entrepreneurial sense, you've got to fail and pick yourself back up. How do we get that mindset to turn a potential tragedy into a new opportunity?
You know what, resilience and adaptability, we know, are the things that are being sought for in the workplace now because of exactly that. It's going, when one door opens, what are the other opportunities? So the practical advice then is for parents and matriculants that if they look at their results and they're not quite what they wanted and that doesn't get them their initial place that they thought they were going to go, take a step back, take a deep breath, and then reassess your options. There are multiple ways of navigating what your next year looks like. As long as we're moving forward, you can look at bridging courses, you can look at studying short courses, you can look at doing a bit of work-based learning to try and go, is the thing that I thought I wanted to do, is it actually the thing?
Take that moment.
And it's taking that moment. And you know, research talks to the fact that this group of matriculants now are going to go between anywhere 5 to 7 or 8 full career changes, not job changes, career changes in their life. And so it changes the perspective, because what you're doing is you are choosing a path for where you're going to go to for the moment.
What's going to open up the next level.
And what's going to open up the next level.
Well, let's hone in on that for a second, Jo. What is that next level going to look like? We are entering into a space now where I would imagine half of next year's jobs don't even exist yet. 5, 10 years from now, how do we future-proof our children? How do we future-proof ourselves as a young learner? What do we look at focusing on? I'm sure in the creative space, AI is changing the game radically, but how do we future-proof? Can we future-proof ourselves?
I think 100% we can. It's one of the things that we talk about at Red and Yellow. We've got a sign at our reception that says, be a sponge. And it's our mantra that we live by. And for me, that is how you future-proof yourself, by being a sponge and consistently committing to learning. So looking at how do you progress yourself on a consistent basis? AI, machines really help raise the level. They raise the 50%. They take away the mundane, the things that dull our creativity, that dull the things that really help us solve incredible problems, and they're allowing that space to thrive. So seeking out opportunities that talk to that allow that side that is uniquely human to come through, our ability to solve problems, to look at things differently, to collaborate with each other.
Ooh, that's where the magic happens.
That's where the magic happens. And it's consistently seeking out those opportunities, navigating towards those spaces and developing those skills.
Just very quickly to round this off, because you are empowered in what you do and you've chosen to pull that back into multiple generations now following in that arc. Do you have a mantra that you use in those tough times? How do you get your resilience? How do you look after your mental health? Because you're kind of propagating that in all of your students and those working with you. How do you get that right?
So for me, my biggest thing is that perception shapes reality. And that is the thing that I look at everything, and you can shift your perception. It is, and once you shift your perception, you shift your reality. So I'm that person. I'm a 100, it's not even a half glass full. I'm like, I reckon it's near the top the whole time. Yeah. And I'm consistently, when I get setbacks, and they come often, and they've come plenty of times over my life, it's going, what can I learn from this? Because this allows me to take the next step forward. And when you look back on it, and that's the thing, hindsight is amazing, you go, okay, that happened because for this reason. And it's consistently finding the reason and finding the opportunity that exists and then shaping your perception.
A brilliant young man connected to your facility by the name of Mike Wright once taught me this lesson of, and I think he learned it from his mother, don't be scared or frustrated by the slow truck. That truck might be slowing you down for a reason. You don't know what's around the next bend. It might save your life. So you've got to reframe things. I can understand why your school is doing so well, looking at the kind of passion and purpose behind what you guys do. Thank you so much for helping those going through this crazy time right now. I think the first step, stop judging yourself if you are feeling like this is that big do or die gateway, because it does mean a lot. But don't confuse that for the repercussions if it doesn't work out the way you think. As we approach results day, it's a crucial time to remember that there are many paths to success. And this moment is just one step, one big, beautiful, proud step in a much larger, much longer journey. So to all the matriculants and to your families, to the parents, we wish you everything for the very best tomorrow and beyond. And if it doesn't work out, you pick yourself back up again and you look for the next door to open.